Well, to be honest, I really thought it was a long shot that I get this in my hands until like springtime, but here we go. Let's review the damn thing. Hey YouTube, what goes on? Welcome to Disavowed Action Figures, bringing you another action figure review. Tonight, taking a closer look at the Uncanny X-Men retro carded Marvel Legends Longshot. Super pumped to get this in hand. Shout out and huge thank you to a good friend of the channel, Art G. If you don't already follow him on Instagram and watch him on YouTube, go check him out. He gave me a shout and said these were in stock at Big Bad Toy Store, so I decided to jump on it early. If you watch the channel, you're aware that I did not go through with my Marvel Legends Mojo special 4-pack over on Hasbro Pulse. I instead canceled it when I found the Mojo Deluxe at Target, albeit with the lesser of the paints. And I had made a comment in that review that I was confident we'd eventually get a Longshot figure, possibly retro carded, knowing absolutely nothing. And then all of a sudden, boom, they announced this was a retro carded figure coming out soon. So I did need a Longshot in my Marvel Legends collection since I was not getting the one from that 4-pack. So I jumped on it. Here it is. Looks freaking glorious on card. I apologize. It's somewhat cut off here on camera, but just love these retro cards. I really hope down the road that potentially I can pick another one up, maybe on a clearance price, and throw it up there on the wall next to my Dazzler from years ago. But yeah, just want to take a moment to really enjoy what the card looks like here. Again, you can see here on the back of the card, we do have the other 5 figures: Wolverine, Dark Phoenix, Multiple Man, Avalanche, and Spiral. There on the back of the card, and these just look fantastic. If you're like me and you're a kid of the 90s, you collected the Toy Biz, and just seeing these on these cards is freaking fantastic. So anyways, now that you've seen the card, let's take a closer look just at the write-up on the back, and as much as it pains me to do it, let's rip them off card and review this thing. So as stated, there is the cross-sell on the back, where we have the Wolverine, Dark Phoenix, Longshot, Multiple Man, Avalanche, and Marvel Spiral. Can't wait to get Spiral in hand. Hopefully should be soon. Again, I picked this up at Big Bad Toy Store for retail plus shipping. I do have Dark Phoenix pre-ordered elsewhere at a couple different sites. Hoping to get that soon. As far as Longshot's right up, there it is right there. You can pause it if you want to. The Alien Performer and Hero Longshot uses his probability manipulating powers to turn any odds in his favor. I just love how they have the throwback artwork on here, like the older dealies used to do. Here we get the Lucky Dagger. Great artwork here on this card. It's going to kill me to open it, but that's what we're here to do, so let's do it. And the big reveal, I could not rip it apart. I couldn't just rip into it. I did use an X-Acto to cut them out from the bottom. So if you wanted to keep the card with the bubble on the front, for whatever reason, you might want to do that. Even if you wanted to put them back in and put them on your wall, you could realistically do that. Just kind of cut across. I more or less just cut across the bottom here and about this far up on each side. Keeps that intact. Slide them out through the bottom. It's doable. And then again, if you want to honestly put them right back into a shell on card to put on your wall, you could do that. So don't know if I will or not, but for now, this is the route that I went. All right, let's take a look. After a quick rearrange and a zoom in, here is Longshot out of the packaging. I'm stoked to have this in my collection. I'm not the biggest Longshot fan, but it definitely gives me that nostalgia tug back to X-Men the Animated Series. And with X-Men 97 coming back this year, I'm so excited. I'm hoping we see Longshot again in the cartoon. Again, this is a different figure than the one that came in the Hasbro Pulse 4-pack. From what I remember, I didn't look it up recently, but I think it was a difference in the color of the star or the fact that it is a star in the eye and the chest. But it is slightly different. To me, looking at the two of them, this screamed more like the Toy Biz version, which is what I have in my collection from back when I was a kid. So we'll do what we always do here. We'll take a closer look at the accessories. We'll take a look at the aesthetics of the figure closer up. Then we'll see how he moves for articulation. And then finally, my favorite part of my videos, we'll compare him to other Marvel Legends and other action figure lines. So not too many accessories with this guy. We do get his lucky knife or lucky blade. It's a knife. It's a knife. It's nothing crazy, but again, it's a nice inclusion. Obviously, you can see there is storage right there to put the knife in. We do get his bag, and again, feel free to let me know in the comments. I didn't look it up ahead of time, but I'm fairly sure this is the same bag that came with the Old Man Hawkeye in that Old Man Logan, Old Man Hawkeye 2-pack. just potentially a different color. So a nice little buckle there, nothing crazy with this, but I'm pretty sure that this was the same bag that we got with that. If not, I'm sure we saw it at some point. But yeah, there's that accessory. And then we get 2 alternate hands. One cool thing with Longshot, being that he is from the Mojoverse, is it only has 4 fingers. So it's nice to see they remembered to do that. He's missing a finger, but he still has a thumb and a pinky. So yeah, 4 fingers on this guy, as he is from a different multiverse or different universe, basically. And then we also get a punching hand over here as well. As you can see on the figure itself, which we'll take a closer look at when we get to aesthetics, he does have the open hand, which will clench the blade or the knife, and he has the closed fist hand with the 3 blades kind of extended on right there. So not a lot of accessories, but they gave us just enough here to kind of add some pack-ins. Okay, let's take a closer look at him in particular. All right, so up close, first of all, loving the freaking haircut, man. Gotta love the mullet, right? All business in the front and party in the back. There it is. We do get this nice piece right around here. If you were to pop the head off, this probably will be removable. We get a little bit of paint right here. I'm guessing these are other blades that he can throw, if I remember correctly, like the ones in his hand right there. I do like the yellow star image right here on his chest. Again, that's what I remember, and we'll do a little comparison with the old school Longshot later on, but that's what I think of is the eye, and I think of the chest right there. Other than that, just a nice black looking figure here regarding the color of the actual plastic of the mold. We get the brown for the storage right here, different pouches and things. If you're a 90s action figure and character, you better have pouches, you know that. Get a little bit of paint on each of those as well. For like I guess it'd be the button. We get, it looks like a little bit of silver paint right here on the abdomen, on the chest, and then right here going down the torso. So yeah, that's cool. Is it a zipper, I guess? Yeah, it's a zipper. Okay, so that's a zipper for his jumpsuit going down right there on the abdomen. Again, a little bit of paint right there, silver paint on the belt buckle, a little bit more silver right there. So you do get some paint mixed in with this guy. As far as the texture goes, you can see the texture in his pants. Always enjoy seeing texture in the outfits, giving you that illusion of what, you know, actual soft goods would be like. At the back, again, you can see here we do have the piece going around for that storage right there. The boots came out relatively well. You kind of have like the flap right here. Again, with a little bit of paint going on right there on the side of the buckle. So yeah, overall aesthetics on this guy, pretty good. I mean, just a lot of black plastic basically, but they did a nice job with the parts where we did paint over top. So yeah, not too shabby if you ask me. Still though, loving that haircut. Okay, let's take a look at how this guy moves. Man, I feel like it's been forever since I reviewed a Marvel Legend. All right, so let's see here. So let's start off with the arm. Get about 90, maybe a little less than 90, not quite perfect on the 90 there. This will rotate. I'm choosing to do the shoulder. That, of course, has this in the way, but that will go all the way around. You do get the double jointed and, of course, pinless elbow. Nice to see we're still getting the pinless going on right there. You get an upper bicep swivel going on right there. Down here, the wrist will rotate all the way around. This particular side, this hand has the left to right or vertical hinge for the wrist. Over on this side, we actually get the vertical or up and down. So as this is the hand you're going to use to put the knife in, it does make sense that he would have that action on the side. The head will rotate all the way around. If you kind of force it, watch with the hair. I wouldn't recommend doing that because you have these pieces right here that are popping up on the collar. So we'll go all the way around. Not too much attitude. A little bit. Yeah, a little bit attitude. We get a little bit attitude there. Not quite a whole lot of tilt, though. As far as how far down it's going to go, actually, he buries the chin pretty well. How far back is going to be encumbered by the hair. So really not far back at all, unfortunately. Looking down here at the legs, you do get the upper thigh swivel. There is a boot cut down here below. Foot will go about that far down. Up relatively far as well. Double jointed pinless knee on this guy. By the way, this is very smooth coming out of the packaging. I was surprised. Didn't heat it up or anything. Just moves very well. So I'll go down there. As far as how far out he's going to kick, about that far out. How far forward? About that far forward. How far back? Actually, really far back. Get some good walking poses with this guy. So the legs definitely have good articulation. As far as the torso, looks down very far. Holy smokes. If you bury the chin, he's really looking down. I guess that's so we can look down at that little Wolverine that came as the 4th figure in the 4-pack. So how far back he's going to go? Not very far back in the torso. He does have waist swivel articulation going on right there. So again, overall articulation on this guy, not that bad. And again, it's pinless, which of course is always going to be a positive. So yeah, there it is, articulation. And how dare I leave this out? I'd be remiss if I didn't give the shout out to Glenn Webb, RIP. This the godfather of action figures, got me into collecting. We do that great ankle pivot that Glenn and all of us so much really love. So kicking it off with some Marvel Legends comparisons, here is Longshot standing with two of the X-Men that I'm pretty sure had a pretty major role in his original debut on the X-Men animated series, which would be Wolverine and Jubilee. Of course, in the animated series, Wolverine would have been wearing his tiger stripe, not the good old yellow and brown here. However, as Longshot is known for being part of the Outback X-Men, I kind of feel like throwing the Wolverine up there in the old school brown and yellow made a lot more sense. You can see he is significantly taller than both figures. Never realized that Jubilee was slightly taller than Wolverine. I guess that's accurate, but, you know, you forget these things. So I dug deep back into the X-Men Marvel Legends shelf at the DTOF to get Shatterstar out for a comparison, and as you notice, very similar stars on the face and on the chest, because that's his kid, that's his son. I'll be honest, I'll throw away some of my nerd credibility here. I never knew Shatterstar was actually his freaking kid. Apparently Longshot and Dazzler, I don't know, bow chicka bow bow, however the stork showed up, and apparently that yielded us the character of Shatterstar. Let me know in the comments, did you know that? I honestly did not. I almost forgot I had this figure. He's pretty far back on the X-Men shelf. Also forgetting how freaking cool he is, but we're right here to talk about him. But these look so cool together. My only Dazzler in my collection is on my wall, but I'll tell you what, kind of want to get her off the shelf and do a little family photo at some point here, but there it is, father and son reunited. And it feels so good. For some non-Marvel Legends comparisons, here is Longshot as compared to the G.I. Joe Classified Sergeant Slaughter and the G.I. Joe Classified Crimson Guard. Sergeant Slaughter just dwarfs Longshot here, and even the Guard has a little bit of height on him, but who knows, could be the helmet. Here is Longshot compared to two other tough-looking blonde-haired guys, being the Mezco John Constantine figure and the Savage He-Man from the Masters of the Universe Revelations Mattel line. Here's Longshot as compared to the Mythic Legion's Figura Obscura Four Horsemen Krampus exclusive figure and the TMNT NECA Turtles in Disguise Raphael. So we had to back things up just a little bit, but we managed to get Longshot on the display rotating base with our Mojo. And again, this is the Target Mojo, the non-Hasbro Pulse with less paint. But yeah, I think these look pretty friggin' cool together. Look forward to getting my Spiral in my collection and having these on the shelf accompanying one another. And last, and as everybody likes to say, certainly not least, here is our X-Men Marvel Legends retro-carded Longshot figure standing with our AEW Jazzwares unrivaled Orange Cassidy. And one must ponder the idea of what would happen if Orange Cassidy were to come across Longshot one day and hop a portal to the Mojoverse and, I don't know, do their own TV show together. What are some possible names? Two Killer Blondes, an Orange and a Longshot, take a Longshot, eat the Orange, maybe the Juice and the Luck. I don't know. Sounds like Mojo could probably make that work. All right, everybody. So final impressions of this Marvel Legends retro-carded X-Men Longshot figure. I dig it. It's pretty cool. I definitely wanted a Longshot in my collection, especially with our Stealth Mojoverse being released upon us, having Spiral coming soon, hopefully in the mail, and my Mojo. And again, for those of you who did pick up the 4-pack from Hasbro Pulse, you probably don't need this one unless you want to get one for your wall. There are differences between the two. You let me know in the comments which one you think looks better. I'm content with this one on my shelf to go with my Mojo and my soon-to-be Spiral. And probably I'll eventually crack open my Dazzler that I have from the old retro carded wave, put her on there. So nothing really extraordinary with this, or uncanny, if you will. Just looks cool. And again, if you have an affinity for the character from the comics, like I do, then you'll probably want to have it in your collection. So overall, I'm glad I picked it up. No buyer's remorse on this one. And as promised, I almost forgot, here is my original childhood Longshot from, I believe it's the Toy Biz line. That was such a fun line. Just takes me back to, again, nostalgia button, being a kid collecting all those, trying to find them all in the back of the cross-sell and the card. So, but overall, again, this is obviously a vast improvement, but having this guy as a kid definitely made me want to get him in my collection as an adult. So thank you, everybody, for watching. It's greatly appreciated. If you're new, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It's free for you, doesn't cost you anything, helps us grow the channel tremendously on our long march to 4,000 subscribers. Go ahead and hit that bell for notifications. That way YouTube actually tells you, notifies you when we post new content here on the channel, like our weekly Toy Ants reviews and live streams. Leave a comment down below. hit that like button. And for daily toy content and daily toy updates, check us over Instagram and Twitter at Disavowed_12. Hey everybody, if you're going toy hunting this week, please try to remember the 3 Ps of the toy hunt. Patience, persistence, most of all, politeness. Take care, stay healthy. I'll be seeing all of you at the pegs.